Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, when I posted a video yesterday about different non-clinical job roles within the NHS, one of the few questions I got asked is, hi Daniel, thank you for the information. What I want to know is, will one need to pay IHS fee if one gets these jobs? So now this is one of the major questions, that make non-clinical roles a little bit unattractive for immigrants living and working in the UK, because if you work in healthcare, especially if you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you're a nursing assistant, you're not required to pay what is called the immigration health surcharge. Which kind of save a lot of family massive amount of money, running in thousands of pounds on IHS fee. And the question now is, what if you get a non-clinical role, like for example, a project manager role within the NHS? Will you be required to pay the IHS fee? Now, I'm going to give you guys the full details about this on this video and how you can, leverage on the refund available for IHS fee on gov.uk. So we're going to run through all of the process, those who are eligible to get IHS refund from the Home Office, and how to apply for your IHS refund if you work within the NHS on non-clinical role. If this sounds like something you'd like to know more about, don't go anywhere, keep watching till the end. And if you're coming across the channel for the first time, my name is Daniel. I share everything around UK immigration, transitioning into tech, and lifestyle vlog on this channel. So do well to hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. The simple answer to this question is yes, you're entitled to getting IHS refund if you, apply or you currently got a non-clinical roles within the NHS. Now, this is the way it works. Now, for healthcare workers, especially nurses and doctors, they are not required to pay IHS fee. However, for example, you get a job as a lead developer within the NHS, you will be required to pay IHS fee at the point of your application. However, couple of months down the line, you're eligible to apply for refund from the Home Office. I recently had a friend who got, refund for his IHS fee, despite the fact that he got a job as an HR officer within the NHS. So if you work in the NHS, non-clinical roles, you're eligible to applying for refund. So let's go on gov.uk and see those who are required, those who are eligible to, apply for NHS IHS refund, and also how you can go around the application. So yeah, let's go on gov.uk. Now, so if you go on gov.uk, you would see that you can get an immigration health refund if you work in health and care. So this is not restricted to only those who work as nurses or those who work as doctors. So regardless of your job role, so far you work within the health and care sector, you're eligible to apply for refund. So the first question is, who can get refund? Now, if you go in here, you can see that you may be able to get money back if you paid the IHS fee and you work in health and care. Now, there are different ways to get your money back depending on your visa and your job. Now, the two different ways are, one, if you have a tier 2 visa, so it means that if you got sponsored by any NHS trust and you're a medical professional, you're eligible for a refund and you will need to apply for this. Now, the second option is if you do not have a tier 2 visa or you work in another health and care role, you may also be eligible to apply for a refund within the NHS. Now, let's start with those who have a tier 2 and they are medical professionals. Now, these are the things that makes you eligible. So if you have a tier 2 visa and you're a medical professional, you will be eligible to apply if you both have a tier 2 visa and also work in an eligible role. So these are the different eligible roles that allows you to get a refund. So you get a full or partial refund depending on the type of immigration health surcharge that you paid for. Now, these are the eligible roles. So you can get a refund if you got a job as a biological scientist, a biochemist, dental practitioner, doctor, midwife, medical radiographer, a nurse, optician, paramedic, pharmacist, physiotherapist, physical scientist, psychologist, social worker, speech and language therapist, and therapy professional. So these are the people that can actually get refund if you are in the medical profession. Now, emphasis on medical profession, you can get a refund if you have or you're currently on any of this job role. Now, what you will get a full refund if you pay IHS fee on or after 31st of March 2020. If you pay the IHS fee before 31st of March 2020, you will get a partial refund and you will be refunded for any period of 6 months that your IHS payment covered after this date. And the money will be paid directly to the exact account you made your payment for in the first place. Now, another question I get asked is, will my dependent also get refund if I get refund as the main applicant? The answer is yeah. If you're eligible, your dependent will also get a refund. Now, how can you apply for a refund? Now, these are the different requirements or what you need to provide for you to be able to access your refund. Now, the first thing is you should be able to provide your IHS reference number, which obviously you're going to get via email at the point of payment. And you're also required to provide the date you and any of your dependents paid the IHS fee. Of course, through your email, you should be able to have that. You also need to provide your certificate of sponsorship number. And lastly, you need to provide your employer's name. So these are some of the information that you need to have handy if you're looking at getting your IHS refund from the Home Office. Now, if you have not received your refund, if you apply for a refund and you haven't received it, you can actually click on the link on the screen here to contact the UKVI on what exactly is the issue. Now, the second category of people are those that do not have tier 2 visa, but they work in another health and care role. So if your job role is not under this eligible job, then you fall under this second category of individuals. So if I click on this, we're going to see what you can actually see in here. Now, if you do not have a tier 2, or you work in another healthcare role. So if you have a tier 2 visa and you don't work in any of the eligible role mentioned previously, or you don't even have a tier 2 visa at all, but you work within the healthcare space, and this falls, category, those who currently work in the UK in the healthcare sector but are on the student visa, you also fall under this category. All right. So it means that you can get your IHS refund as a student if you work within the NHS on on any role. So now look at what we have here. It said you can apply online for a reimbursement or refund if you are a medical professional and you are not eligible to apply for a refund, for example, because you do not have a tier 2 visa, or you work in another role in the healthcare setting, another role outside the eligible roles we mentioned earlier. Now, so healthcare setting can be if you work in a hospital, GP, care home, or community healthcare facilities. Now, this is what makes you eligible if you fall under this category. Now, you must have paid the immigration healthcare surcharge for both you work in an eligible company. So, for example, NHS or CQC. So you can read this guidance to know if the healthcare setting you work with actually falls under this category. And also you have worked in your role for at least 6 months for an average of at least 16 hours a week. This is really important. This is where some people fall under this category. I remember when I was a student, I wasn't able to apply for this refund because I wasn't working up to 16 hours while working as a nursing assistant. So for you to be eligible for this, you must have worked on your current role for more than 6 months, and you must work at least 16 hours per week for you to be eligible. Now, the 6 months can include pay leave, can include maternity, statutory pay leave, and whatever. Now, you will not be eligible if you were unemployed or had unpaid leave for more than 28 days during the last 6 months. So these are some of the requirements you need to meet for you to be eligible to applying for the IHS refund if you are not a medical professional and you work within the healthcare space in another role. Now, this is what you get. Now, you can apply for the refund for 1 6-month period at a time starting on or before 31st of March 2020. Now, for example, if you paid IHS fee on the 31st of December 2019, you could get money back for the period of time between 31st of March to 30th of September. You could not claim the period from 31st of December 2019 and 30th of March 2020. So this is for those who are trying to get the IHS refund, however they pay the IHS fee before 31st of March 2020. So you can also apply with your dependent if your dependent are also eligible for this IHS refund. Now, for you to apply online, you also need to provide the following documents. You need to provide your IHS number, your national insurance number, your email address, the name of your employers, and also copies of your pay slip for the last 6 months. You're claiming you can upload them as either a scan or a photo. So this is really important. So if you need to get your IHS refund, you need to provide all of this information. Now, quickly, what we're going to do is we're going to try to apply for an IHS refund now, and we're going to put in the right responses to the questions that will be asked going forward. Now, as you can see on the screen, you can click on Start Now. So if I click on this now, the first question here is, has the applicant paid immigration health surcharge for this current visa? So of course the answer is going to be yes, because you're getting a refund for what you paid for. The next question would then be, what type of visa does the main applicant currently possess? So let's say I got sponsored as a lead developer within the NHS. It means that I was given a skilled worker visa. So I would say my visa is a skilled worker visa. Then click on continue. Now, is the applicant an healthcare professional? Now, this is the part you need to be very careful when you're filling in. Now, because I've seen so many people get stuck at this particular point. Now, the applicant must work for or have a job offer from either the NHS, an organization providing clinical services, an organization providing adult social care. So the applicant must be qualified, for example, a nurse or a doctor. Now, this is part you're probably going to make a mistake. If you click on yes, what happens is, let's click on continue. It tells you that you are not eligible because nurses and doctors don't even pay IHS fee in the first place. So I'm just going to go back to that same step. Now, is the applicant a qualified healthcare professional? So if I work as a lead developer or a project manager or a business analyst, obviously I'm not a qualified healthcare professional, so I'm going to put in no and then click on continue. So that's why most people make a lot of mistake when applying. So the next question is, has the applicant had a job in the health and social care? Obviously yes. So I'm going to put in yes here, continue. Then also, did the applicant work in the health and social care job for 6 or more? So I said for you to be able to apply for your refund, so if you get a job, let's say 1st of January 2020 and 5, for example, you can only apply for a refund 6 months after you resume on the road, and you must have worked at least 16 hours per week throughout the 6 months. So my answer is yes. So I meet the requirements. So if I click on yes, continue, then the next question would then be, when working in the health and social care, was the applicant working on an average of 16 hours or more per week, which I mentioned earlier? So it's going to be a yes. Then click on continue. Then you can check all of your answers and then click on continue. Now, this is the part where you then need to put in your personal details. You'll be required to provide your name, your national insurance number, your what's it called, IHS reference for number. You also be required to provide the name of your employer and required to upload your payslip on this platform, and you get your your application submitted. In most cases, it usually take between 6 to 8 weeks for you to get your refund, and the refund will be sent directly to your bank account. So if you're looking at getting into non-clinical job roles within the NHS, I know it can be a lot of money paying the IHS fee at first and not being able to get it back until 6 months, but I think it's still worth, getting a project manager role, for example, within NHS. I know your IHS fee is protected. It's like you keeping it somewhere and hoping to get it in the next couple of months. And, compared to getting a project manager role with a private company, whereby when you pay the IHS fee, it's all gone. I mean, you're not getting any refund back in that regard. So if you have any question around IHS refunds, please leave those questions in the comment section. And if you have questions that can be shared on this public space, you can click on the link in the description of this video to jump on a one-to-one session with me, so we can have conversations about the issues you're facing or where you are right now, where you're trying to get to, and what we need to actually get you to that particular point. And if you have been following this channel for a while and you haven't clicked on the red subscribe button, come on, do well to hit on the red subscribe button to join the amazing Going family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.